Lots of people are telling you to be positive. Think positive. There's all kind of books and affirmations that you tell yourself, and that's cool. But what if I told you that you should also be focusing on the negative? Hey, Freedom Frugalers, I'm your virtual mentor, Izzy, and for today's Wellness Wednesdays, I want to take you on a trip in the way that I think. Not just how I think, but how I go about solving my problems in my everyday life. I am a firm believer in that to live is to have problems. 90% of your life are things happening to you that impact you negatively. How you go about handling it determines what level you are at or stay at, and it also determines your character. That said, I don't like people whose main focus is think positive, believe in yourself, law of attraction, all this other positive psychology nonsense. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it, but here's my theory. The negative aspect is the true thing that is going to make you the person that you want to become. And I was confirmed to be doing somewhat the right thing when I picked up a book by Mark Manson called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. So, of course, it doesn't say that. You know, bear with me, YouTube. So, I will be sharing some of the takeaways that I got from this book, mixing it in with my own thought process and my beliefs in the ways that I solve problems. Ready, set, go. The first thing I do is hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so I know when new videos come out every Wednesday and Friday. But that's just me. Hey, I got to mess with y'all, man. It's fun, okay? All seriousness, let's get into the topic. Number one, you're gonna die. I lie in bed every night before bed pondering my death. True story. I still am deathly afraid of dying, but also I know that one day it's inevitable, okay? And I don't just think about me, I think about my mom dying, my dad dying, my grandma dying, all of them too. How would I feel? What regrets would I have at the end of it all? This gives me full on panic attacks, I promise you. But sooner or later, I came to the realization that I don't fear dying itself, but rather I fear dying and not having made an impact on the world. Okay. So it's the fear of dying before I even get to know what my full potential is. It's the fear of the unknown. So then I then look back at everything that I aspire to do, and then I ask myself, if I'm allowed to wake up in the morning, what can I do to ensure that I get closer to my goals and my aspirations? Okay, I want to let you guys know there are many days, sometimes every day, I doubt myself. Many days I get into my own head, but it's the fear of dying without fulfillment that drives me to do what I need to do to make sure I get to where I want to be. Number two is choosing what to suffer for. It's true that in order to get where you want to be, you have to have some magnitude of sacrifice. There is no complete way around it. With that said, I do believe that we as humans make things just a little bit more complicated than it has to be, okay? I understand it. Life is hard, right? But don't make it harder than it has to be. What if I told you that it is generally easier for you to make $1 million a year than making $100,000 a year? Whoa, what? How? Put it like this. What's the quickest way for you to get $100,000? The quickest way would be to go to school for 4 to 8 years, get a degree, work for a high-paying job that pays you $8,000 to $10,000 a month, and boom, $100,000 within the year. But guess what? You don't like that job. They make you work 80 hours a week. You only get 2 weeks of vacation, if that. And on top of that, you got to pay thousands of dollars back in student loan debt. You bought this really nice car that you can't afford, a nice big house that you can't afford because all of your friends think that you're cool, yet you're struggling like it's nobody's business. And if this is you, I'm not singling you out. I'm not trying to make you seem like a bad person. My thing that I'm trying to get you to see is that you are suffering unnecessarily in areas that you don't have to suffer in, because guess what? You are competing with people who want the same thing as you. If everybody is trying to get to $100,000, you're competing with these people. With that said, you can say, I'm going to think a little bit harder, increase my value, increase my health, find the one thing and the one person that makes me happy. And though I may suffer getting laughed at by my friends, though I may suffer not having to eat or not getting enough sleep or getting a decent car or getting a nice big house, I'm going to have just enough to get me by. And I'm going to, in the end, offer something that helps people in exchange for their money and therefore makes me over $1 million a year. All right. So I just want to say, I suffer not having friends, guys. I suffer sleep, sometimes not even going to sleep. I suffer not being able to watch TV or being entertained or having that entertainment like I used to. I suffer doubting myself. But the pain of all of that is far less worse than the pain of me getting to the end and regretting myself and regretting the actions that I didn't take because I wanted to fit in. Number 3, ponder on negative thoughts, then take action against them. I hate people that say your thoughts become your actions. You are not your thoughts. You are your actions, okay? As humans, a lot of negative thoughts pop up in our head. It's a part of having a conscious brain. We are not wired to be just positive. It's the actions, however, that determine where you get in life. People who encourage positive thinking aren't necessarily wrong, but they forget that you just can't push away negative thoughts, or worse, even act like they don't exist. I believe that is what drives people crazy, especially in the world of social media where everybody's telling you think positive, think that. Those people go through things in their life too. Okay? I just want to say this. No change has been brought about by something positive happening in people's lives. It's always something negative happening. So here's what I do. I take about 15 minutes every single day. It's usually in the shower, but I sit and I conjure up every single negative thought that I have about myself, or every single negative thought that pops up. This could be doubts, pessimism, old feelings that I've had for an ex, grudges that I've held, whatever. Afterwards, I get on about my day trying to make a change in my life so that I don't have to keep thinking the same thoughts. I go on about my day trying to make a change in my life so that I don't have to keep thinking the same thoughts. But Izzy, what happens if I have a negative thought during the day? Easy. Do something. Doing something allows you to fully become focused on what you're doing, and eventually the thought vanishes. At work, if I have a negative thought, I work harder, okay? At home, if I'm sitting down and I'm angry about life or angry about my day at work, I work out, okay? I don't just sit and watch TV, or I take the time to write my YouTube scripts. Do an action that goes against your thoughts, make it your focus, and then try to find time to reflect on it later. You will find that it wasn't even that serious, okay? I have a bad day at work. I always tell people I just need to go home, lie down, go to sleep, and tomorrow's a new day, all right? In conclusion, I want to give you guys a story. When I started this YouTube channel, all kinds of thoughts popped up in my head. What if your content's not good enough? Or you quit a lot. What if you quit this? What if no one ever watches your videos? I've been defeating these thoughts by simply doing the opposite. First of all, I started a YouTube channel, not just researched it. Many times I research things and then put a conclusion together that I don't want to start it. So in this particular case, I just started it. If my content is not good enough, then I'll let you guys tell me that, or just hire somebody that writes good. Yes, I quit a lot of things, but I quit a lot of things that don't fulfill me. Okay, this does. So why would I even quit? All right. And if no one watches my content, what can I do to put it in their faces and even aim to have them just click on my videos? All right. I will say that I'm happy to see that in just 1 month of me seriously doing YouTube, I scrolled down and saw that I made close to 20 videos. Some of them that ain't even went out yet. And as you're watching this, there's still some sitting in the vault that hasn't came out yet. So I encourage you guys to not only think positive, but also embrace your negative and do what you can to take action against it. Yes, we are all going to die, as horrible as that sounds, but what will you tell your children, your grandchildren on your deathbed? What would you tell them? Great. Now take your own advice. Once again, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below if you're ready to take action by typing "I'm ready to be free" below. If you have any other topics that you would like me to cover, I'm happy to see those below as well. I've been Izzy, your virtual mentor, and until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.